Hi, if you're an Aries born March 21st to April 19th, what can you expect for the month of February 2016? Let's tune in and find out. So Aries, wow, big heart energy month for you. Like your heart's wide open. So this is really good. Opportunity for you to really enjoy yourself, have fun. You know, the other thing is when you have your heart wide open, it can also mean that you can get hurt. So that's part of life, and it's better to go through that experience with your heart open, right, as opposed to it being closed. So now a lot of times that can be from different things. It can be, you know, some of you may, they're showing me some of you have loved ones that are in transition. You may be taking care of an elderly parent. And it may be, you know, just a difficult time that you're going through in this month. So there's some challenges that you have to go through in that, and it's always hard to care for a loved one and to watch them decline and to know whether they're going to come out of it or not. That's always so difficult. But, you know, we've got some positive energy here happening for you in this month. First of all, Mercury is now direct, so in which case communication is clear. Whatever's been hidden now will be revealed. So you'll be able to see things that you weren't able to see before. So in relationship to a loved one's health, you may be able to see things that were hidden before, in which case you'll be able to deal with them head on. Okay? So let's begin with our relationships and look at relationships for those of you that are in a committed, loving relationship. Well, maybe let's just do committed relationship, right? Romantic relationship. And let's see how it's going to be for the month of February. What can you expect for those of you in a committed romantic relationship? It feels really good. In fact, it feels like there's a lot of support from your loved one. It feels like there's a lot of positive energy that comes in from your loved one. Now, for some of you, it could even be that some of the challenge is with your partner, right? Like it could be that they are having challenges, that their work isn't as ripe as it's been in the past, or they're not being able to pull their weight, or they're a little down or depressed, or it could be their loved one that is in transition and they're struggling with. And so it's creating this heaviness or this sadness in your relationship. Now, I do feel like there's an opportunity to let go of a lot of this energy. We've got we're coming into February with this heart energy that gives us an opportunity to heal. So this new moon, February 8th in Aquarius, it feels like part of that has to do with healing opportunities for you and an opportunity to be able to help yourself and to be able to clean up old insecurities and fears and self-doubts. And you know, and some of you are grieving the past or are letting go of things of how they used to be and relationships that you used to have, and there's a transition with it. And so there's some sadness around how things once used to be, and they're not that way anymore. So there is a little bit of grief that's happening for you guys. Now, on the upside, I also feel like there's a lot of positive things in which you're able to focus quickly and you're able to see the positive things of everything. So whatever it is that you're asking for, there is support for you to be able to get things done. For some of you, it may be something really old, like, oh yeah, I used to do this all the time and it made me feel really good. Some of you may be going back, you know, 10 years or 15 years to a remedy that you forgot that you used to do. Whether it was getting up in the middle of the night, doing a morning sadhana, you know, which is a morning meditation and prayer, or whether it was somebody that, you know, that would go and play golf, or somebody that would exercise every day. You may be reminded of a habit that you used to do that really made you feel good. And this habit may be brought back around for you to use to help you through this time of healing and to feel better about yourself and to be more engaged and more awake, right? More aware of what's going on. So just pay attention. If something crosses your mind and you start to decide, oh yeah, I'm going to pick that up again, do it, because it's really going to help you this month. Okay, now let's look at single people, individuals who are interested in romance. What can you expect for the month of February? Well, I see you very possibly getting stuck on somebody early in the month and kind of like just wanting to shut the world out, like stay away. I'm having a good time here. So some of you are really have already met somebody or recently met somebody, or if you haven't, look early in this month to meet somebody, because there's a strong likelihood in this first week or so of February, and there's a new moon February 8th, could bring in that new life partner. So very strong connection, and it's mutual. It's not just on your part. So does feel very mutual. So good for you guys. So a month really filled with an opportunity to have some fun and to have a good time. Now, if you are a commitment phobic and just want to have a good time, that's going to trip you up a little bit, because this person has an opportunity to kind of like stop you in your tracks. So it'll be interesting to see how you want to play it out. And I don't see any strings attached, so you're free to go. But I think my sense is a lot of you won't go, because this is a strong connection that you ultimately connect with this month. All right, guys, so let's move on to career and money for Aries for the month of February. Well, you guys are just writing your own ticket. So it's kind of whatever you want. I see lots of blessings coming down, and at the same time, there can also be, there can be challenges with growth too. There can be challenges with positive things. You get a new job, you have to learn the new job, right? You take on a new business partner, you get an influx of money, and you've got all these other details you have to handle. So I see good growth opportunities for you this month, and just, the little bit of rain showers that come down with good growth, right? You want the rain, but you have to deal with the rain. So rain makes things grow, but you get wet when it's raining. So it's that kind of like, good things. I don't see anything bad about it. It feels all good. You're also going to have an opportunity to be heard, and people are going to take into consideration what you're saying. Now, there are some people that are going to just completely disagree with your tactic, the way in which you want to handle something, or your point of view. And so I do see a little bit of disagreement, in your company, in your organization, whether it's a coworker or an employee or a boss or partner. But I see a little disagreement happening. Essentially, we've got a full moon, February 22nd in Virgo. Virgo, that's a really persnickety energy. Virgos can be very specific, and they can be seen as detail-oriented, but they can also be very critical. So you just need to know that that energy around that time, can be a little critical. It can be a little intense, but it is something that needs to be said. It is something that needs to be viewed and seen, and that's the good news. If you could step back and be able to look at it and go, without feeling like you've been stabbed in the back, and look at it, and you can go, okay, I can see it then. So if you can kind of get yourself into a space of being objective, it's going to really help you, because it's also going to help you kind of make some compromises and get on their side of the table. And I mean, this can be, for somebody you work with, or even just somebody you're trying to convince, let's say you want a loan, or you want to borrow something, or you want to take the business in a different direction. It could even be something, if you want to borrow a car, right? Or you're looking to rent a house and you're trying to talk to the landlord. It's something that you want and you have to convince somebody by. And if you step back from the negotiating table and you look on their side of the table, you're going to see something that's going to be helpful for you, and you'll be able to go, okay, that I can give them. Or now I understand why they want it like this, but they're not seeing this piece of the equation. So if you step in the other person's shoes, you're going to be able to see that more readily, and especially towards that 20th, 22nd is a much better time for you to really be able to get down to the nuts and the bolts and the nitty gritty. Okay, so really good opportunities to kind of clean things up and have things in forward motion where everybody's on the same page, nobody's lagging behind, and then you'll really be able to see momentum work for you. Let me see if there's anything else there with your money situation. Well, I see a lot of you worried about the stock market, concerns about long-term play and things like that. Absolutely, you shouldn't panic. I feel like definitely want to tell you not, I want you to be calm, remain calm and methodical with your approach around money. Trust your instincts. You guys have got great instincts. And you also have good timing. So Aries, you just know that you've got good timing. And so when you trust that timing about when to buy, when to sell, where to put your money, you've got good instincts. So trust your instincts and just know that you've got good timing. And I think those two intentions are going to help you manifest things better for the long term. Okay, let's look at your health for Aries. Well, I really feel like you're strong. I feel like you're in good health. I feel like there are positive things that you've got going for yourself. And I feel like in this month, you're also able to get additional support. So there may be something that gets a little changed up with your schedule or your trainer or something. Maybe they go on vacation. And so it feels like there's a little, blip on the screen. It's temporary. It's not a big deal. And you'll get right back to it. So whether that's you're on vacation, they're on vacation, or they're sick or you're sick, it's like one of those little hiccups where everything isn't quite perfect, but it's not that big a deal. And the same with a health scare. Some of you may have a health scare or have an animal or a pet who has a health scare. And it feels like that. It feels like a health scare. It's like, oh my gosh, I thought it was much worse. And it's like that. And it won't be as bad as you think. So whatever kind of like scare around health is happening, it's not going to be as bad as you think is what I'm being shown. Okay, anything else unexpected for you guys in the month of February? Yeah, there's actually some nice peace of mind in store for you this month. Like things are going to be easier this month. There's going to be more relief. You're just going to feel like, oh, thank God, right? So I just feel like there's more peace of mind this month. There's a greater sensitivity of other people wanting to meet your needs. It just feels like things are really starting to flow, really feels good. So all in all, even though I started out with a little bit of like, this grief or stuff, it feels like this month is much easier. So I hope you listened all the way through to get to the good part to know that the whole month is going to be better, just better overall than last month or the month before. It just feels like your heart's open. It's a good time. It's a good month for you guys. Everything's working. Everything's in the flow. So have an amazing month, Aries. I look forward to connecting with you again next month. And if you like my intuitive astrology, please click like and share it with your friends. See you next month.